when all the evil spirits come alive, the time when both the worlds could meet and all the deaths would come out. I am the source of energy for all the mighty and dark souls. With all the power rested in me, let me first read out the club mission. I command you to keep your mics muted and read the club mission along with me. We provide supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. There are some ground rules to be followed. Kindly note that the whole session will be recorded. So if you have any concern, put that in the chat box. Refrain from making reference to any of the three table topics: sex, religion, or politics. Kindly mute and unmute your microphone as and when needed. Pin the timer when it is needed, whenever it's needed to. In case of any emergency, use the fire exit of your building. With this, I have explained you all the ground rules. Now, the Greeks believed that if they spoke his name, he possessed enough power to bring them to the underworld, because he is the ruler of underworld. He possesses and controls all the riches that are found within the earth. Let us welcome the wealthiest and richest of all the Greek gods, Lord Hades. He is the Lord of Death. Let me welcome the Lord of Death. Hail Hades.
Thank you. Thank you so much, our Sergeant at Arms. That was indeed a very nice opening to the meeting. Welcome to all the ghosts, the spirits, all my followers. Welcome to the underworld of death. I welcome one and all my guests to this world of Halloween nights. When the sun goes behind the clouds, we begin our meetings, the secret meetings that are held twice in a month. So welcome to this meeting in the underworld. Now, my dear friends, are you all set to understand the rules of the forthcoming meetings? Just say yay if you are okay with it. I'll go ahead. Please unmute yourselves and say yay.
Yay!
Yay!
Yes.
Thank you so much. Yes, we are all Ghost Masters, and today we are here to understand the rules. The club mission was read properly by the Sergeant at Arms. And now I need to tell you all that Toastmasters are here to improve their communication skills, not only with the people on earth, but also with the underworld species. Also, we need to go ahead in our leadership skills. I, Lord Hades, will explain to you all how a Toastmaster or a Ghost Master meeting is held. We have prepared project speeches every 2 weeks once. We will have 3 to 4 speakers who improve their communication skills, give project speeches, which can be about 6 to 7.5 minutes, depending on which project you take. You are evaluated by your masters. Depending on whose speech is the best, voted by the members, the Ghost Masters of the club, we select the best speaker. We also select the best evaluator and the best table topic speaker. Best table topic speaker is that person who comes here and talks when we give a topic here, then and there. We also have grammarian, we also have our counter, we have so many other roles that are played in our secret meetings. But all this is to improve our communication skills. And now, very soon, before the Christmas arrives, we, the Ghost Masters, have to prepare ourselves for contest season. In the contest season, there will be 4 categories: speech, table topics, humor speech, and evaluation. Whoever wants to go for these contests, please get your mentors on their toes. And if your mentors are not helping you, we shall eliminate them from the underworld. With that, now I move on to welcome, being the Lord of Underworld, I am going to summon one of my mortal allies to assist you through the journey of today, the Halloween journey, Halloween Odyssey, where your world and mine combine together. She shall guide you through the present and the future too. I call upon the ever so knowledgeable, though I don't like people from the who don't belong to the underworld, I still have to move sometimes to the other world to call these people to know your future. I call upon the ever so knowledgeable fortune teller, Sybil Trelawney. Sybil Trelawney, I summon you to the session. Please give her a big round of applause.
I see some very intelligent people coming here today. Oh, you all are already here. Brave evening to all the beautiful souls. I welcome you all to another spectacular meeting. You cannot imagine how much I was dying to see you all. Now I would request you all to park your brooms and sit for the spell. When we talk about Halloween, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Can anybody say that? You?
Horror.
Anybody?
Horror, fear.
Okay. Fairy Godmother, may I please request you to grant us a ThinkPad to know what all the souls think of Halloween. Fairy Godmother, may I please request you to grant us a ThinkPad? What do you think when I talk about Halloween? I would ask all you beautiful souls to tell me. I want to read through your minds.
Scary. Ghost.
Witches.
Witch.
Okay. As I can see, you all know very little about the other world. Let me take you to a ride. As I can see, all these people know, these poor souls know very little about the other world. In the festive harvest season, my favorite festival is Halloween. Halloween season often sparks the imagination. As much as we human souls love, we all are plagued by fear. We have the incredible capacity to love, but fear lurks in the deepest, darkest services of our ego being. Now, let us dig in the past and know about the history. It is hard to know exactly when it all begins, but people say it is about 2000 years ago. Hallows Eve, otherwise known as Celtic New Year or Samhain. Traditionally, this was a celebration of Thanksgiving, an honor of those who have passed to the underworld. Did you know Halloween is one of the oldest and the second biggest commercial grossing holiday of year after Christmas? The total spent in the USA for 2019 was 8.8 billion US dollars. Let's go back to the history. A big group of people called Celts lived in what would become Great Britain, Ireland, and parts of France. Celebrated a festival called Samhain, which was a celebration of the harvest and start of winter. But it was also thought to be a time when ghosts would come out. But do you know how did the festival got the name Halloween? Halloween is the evening before Christian holidays of All Hallows Day on November 1 and All Souls Day on 2nd November, thus giving the holiday on October 31st. The full name All Hallows Eve got shortened to Halloween. Did you get that now? And these 3 days are collectively called All Hallowtide. Did you know how the jack-o'-lantern come into the trend? The idea of pumpkin carved with a scary face came from Ireland, where people will carve faces on a turnip for a legend named Jack. And this came to North America later because the pumpkin were plentiful in October and easy to carve. Over the time, Halloween evolved into a day of activities like trick-or-treating, carving jack-o'-lanterns, festive gatherings, and donning costumes. The average trick-or-treater will collect around 7,000 calories on Halloween, and an average American purchases a total of 600 pounds of candy each year. That is equivalent to 6 ships the size of a Titanic. So as you all know, this day marks the end of summer and the beginning of winter or the darker part of the year. The night before the new year, when the boundary between the worlds of the living and the dead became blurred. When the ghost of the dead returned to earth. When the veil between this world and the other at its thinnest. Magic is at its strongest and illusions rule. Symbolically, this celebration allows us to become someone else for a colorful change. To turn over a new leaf, what would you like to leave behind? Let me see what you all have become today. And to keep this Samhain spirit alive in all of us, I would request you all to use this creepy collection of worrisome words or quivery codes. And for that, I would like to call our witch vocab. I would summon the witch vocab to introduce the spooky word of the day. Witch vocab, Smitha.
Good witch evening. Can you hear me? I love good witch vocabs. My name is Witch Vocab. And since a few days, Wi-Fi connectivity in my house is atrocious. The word of the day. There it is. Atrocious. Atrocious is the word. The game does not end here. I will not make it so easy for you. Here I go with some slides to share the content. Share the content. Host has disabled the participant screen sharing. It says host has disabled the participant screen sharing.
You can open it now. You need my permission to open it. It is
Okay.
open.
Now, can you see? I have started sharing the content. Can you see now? Yes, right? You can see now. Okay. Atrocious is the word for the day. The meaning is horrifyingly wicked. The meaning is horrifyingly wicked. The origin is from Latin atrox. You can see the pronunciation as well. Atrocious is the pronunciation. Now the different forms, as you can guess, is atrocity, atrociousness. Atrociously is the adverb. Go to the next slide. Flip the page. Synonyms and antonyms are synonyms. Terrible, bad, horrible, dreadful, awful, disgusting, horrid, and lousy. Yes, lousy also can be used as an synonym. Antonyms are good, wonderful, and magnificent. Now, flip the page. This is not easy. I challenge you all. I love vocabs, but not just one word, atrocious. Come with the phrases. Come with the phrases like atrocious weather, atrocious situation, atrocious conditions, atrocious cooking, atrocious odor, atrocious potholes on the road. All these. Children are too young to be told about atrocious crimes. Since a few days, Wi-Fi connectivity in my house has been atrocious. Not having enough water supply is as terrible as atrocity. These are the examples given. Now, I call you all, make the witch vocab happy by giving some sentences with the phrases like atrocious weather, atrocious conditions, atrocious cooking. But let me start. Let me start. When I was juggling between the baking and preparing for this Toastmaster meeting, what happened? What happened? The burnt cookies in the oven set an example for an atrocious cooking. Come with more examples. Yes. Yes, come. Who can participate? Try using the phrases displayed over here.
Can I start?
Yes.
It is too atrocious for my eyes to see so many fairies and so many souls at a time.
Wonderful. Who is this? I cannot see the person.
I'm Toastmaster Shweta.
Okay, who is next? Wonderful. Thank you, Toastmaster Shweta. Who is next?
Our rich vocab today is atrociously awesome.
Wonderful. Thank you. Which vocab is happy? Who is next?
I was looking for an atrocious situation to open up this meeting.
Wonderful. Yes. Atrocious. Yes. Who is there with some? Yes, Toastmaster Amita, come.
The best compliment one can get in a Halloween get together is you are atrocious, looking atrociously witchy.
Atrocious. Which vocab is really?
Okay. And
Can we move on?
yeah.
Can we move on? Thank you and wish you all wishing you happy Diwali. Wishing you happy Diwali. Wishing you happy Diwali.
Oh, wow. How atrocious our witches and how creepy our rendezvous club is. It is warm, welcoming, and full of spirit. And now it is time for some intelligent people to come up. Let me see who all are they. Can you guess who is coming next? It is our spookers. Now let me call upon our spookers to charm us with their magic and their masters who are going to guide them. I call upon Spooker, who has appeared now. Spooker Shweta and her Master Surabhi. Master Surabhi, I would like to call upon you and instruct your spooker the rules she needs to follow.
Good evening, everyone. All the spooky witches and nice fairies around here. So Toastmaster Shweta is attempting her L1P2 project, in which the purpose of this project is for the member to present speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply feedback to a second speech. And I hope this is the second speech that she's doing. Her speech length will be from 5 to 7 minutes. 5 will be shown as green, 6 minutes will be amber, and 7 minutes will be red, and 30 minutes grace time. All the best, Toastmaster Shweta. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shilpi. Can I start? Is the timer ready?
Etna, can you read the title?
I didn't get you.
The time, Jisha is the timer.
One second.
Yeah.
Fortune teller, can we have the title of the speech and the name of the speaker?
So our next spooker, Shweta, is going to give a speech, observations and pun.
Okay. Good evening, ladies. This piece of work in delivery is not to hurt anyone. So I plead everyone to get their comic brains out and laugh as much as possible. Hello, everybody. My name is Shweta, and I'm cool. I'm cool because I hang out in places like Cafe Coffee Day. Not only to sound cool, but also I find foreign tourists there. The reason I find foreign tourists is I haven't been to any other country than India. My wish is to see as many foreign people as possible. Because any foreigner, the common thing they say to every Indian they meet is, "Oh my God, Indians, I love Indians. They're so smart, so smart." Which makes me believe that the rest of the world is not that smart. Now, there's no answer to that question. Whenever someone says Indian people so smart, all we can do is yes, namaste. Because we all know the reality, right? In reality, 20% of Indians are smart and 80% Indians think they are smart. In reality, 20% of Indians are smart, but it's a population game, so we can get away easily with it. Because 20% of India is 98% of most of the countries. So statistically, Indians are not smarter, there are just more smart Indians. And ladies, if you're taking time with that joke, just come back to India. We are here. We are the 80%. It's not that stupid people don't exist elsewhere, but the point is, I haven't been to any other place. I've been to many places in India, and many common observations, I have compiled them. As a nation, every Indian can connect to whatever I'm going to present right now. India is the only place where, along with memorizing directions, we also have to memorize potholes. You grow an emotional bond with each pothole. You know one before it's coming. And by mistake, if the municipality fills one, you're confused. I don't know where I live anymore. My second observation is I get very angry when I drive, ladies and gentlemen. Very angry. A huge part of my angst comes from this one species on road called the Indian bikers. One major part of that 80% which I told. They are the most optimistic people on Indian roads. Because for bikers, this is the situation, okay? Imagine, this is the bike, this is the gap. This bike is never going to fit that gap. But they are like, chalo, try karte hain. And in their minds, they are not riding a bike. They are testing the theory of relativity. If I enter this vacuum with correct velocity, it will create a wormhole which exits at the end of the traffic jam. It's not interstellar, guys. It's interpulsar. What's up? And the worst type of bikers are those who ride in the middle of the road in pairs of two. They have 50 cars behind them and zero attention given. I don't understand what they are trying to do. It's two wheels, two people, two wheels, two people. Communication is happening horizontally. This rectangular situation, I think, is them pretending that they are in a car with a sunroof, of course. But here comes my favorite type of bikers, called the Royal Enfield bikers. Damn cute, guys, damn cute. Largely, there are two prototypes of these bikers. One is the guys whose body type matches with the bike, 6 foot tall, 6 foot understood, going well. But then you have this 5 foot midget guys who don't want to settle for an Activa, but want in their life. And I feel very bad when I see the struggle of these people on their bikes. They're stretching every sinew of their body to reach the handlebar, the brakes and all. And if you take away the bike from them, it's like they're skydiving horizontally. Yes, I can do this. Guys, I didn't hate bikers as much back then. I used to go to the CCD on my Activa. Recently, two things happened. One, I started learning car. And then I realized how horrible these bikers can be on roads. Second, I heard figures of how much tax we pay. I was shook. I sat in my car and I wanted to go out for a drive. I just sat, I looked out of the window and I observed all this. Later on, I went to the CCD. I used the washroom and when I was coming out, there was this white guy behind a pillar. And on his badge, it was written Dave. Natural instinct, white guy, Indian. I just wanted to go and talk to him. As I was getting nearer, I realized he's not a white guy. He was an albino. But still, let's go and talk to him. I was like, excuse me. Dave turns to me and he's like, Maja naam Dave. Coffee paije ka? That is the amount of foreigners I can see in a cafe coffee day, guys. A Maharashtrian, that's the maximum. And then, with sheer disappointment, I couldn't take this atrocity. I sat on my table at the end of the CCD. I was having my coffee, and then there was a group of foreigners right beside me. They turned towards me and they're like, Indian people, so smart. After all the sheer disappointment, with a blank smile, I say, Namaste, and I walk away. Thank you, guys. That's my time.
Wow, such a wonderful speech. And now I see one more intelligent soul coming. Now to pass the baton, who is this? Now is the next spooker of the day, Spooker Zamina, and her master.
Oh my God, two purple stars, bro.
Spooker Zamina is going to give her speech L1P3. She will tell you all how you can rewire your brain. Spooker Zamina is giving her speech, Rewire the Brain, L1P3. Master Masrat, can you please tell your spooker to be in her limits and the rules she has to abide by?
Good evening, atrocious Toastmasters. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. All the best, Toastmaster Zamina.
Bro, come on.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Master. Can you hear me? Okay. Cameron Mott, just after her 3rd birthday, she started having violent seizures. It got worse and started fading her ability to talk. The treatment recommended was to remove the entire right half of her brain, which could lead to the paralysis of one side. Post-operation and treatment, she could run and play just like her peers. Spookmaster of the day, fellow Spookmasters and guests, good evening to all. Neuroscience is an interesting subject. After reading articles on it, it landed me on this topic of rewiring the brain. There is a unique symphony in each one of us. 100 billion neurons in our brain are having a concert and create the reality in which we are living in. The activities of the neurons make us what we are today. After the experience of today, this activity changes and we are no longer the same person. We are inextricably tied to our brain. The amazing story of Cameron Mott left me surprised. A girl with half brain could live a life just like a normal child of her age. So how do you think this is possible? The other half of her brain sensed this loss and rewired to make up the loss. This ability of the brain is known as neuroplasticity. It is the ability of the brain to change itself, to rewire. We learned that the brain is a fixed processing unit with a structure, but the reality is that it's dynamic and flexible. Thus, changes can happen within us. There have been 3 revolutions in brain health: psychological revolution, chemical revolution, and the one that is going on now, which is the neuromodulation revolution. Psychological revolution took place 150 years ago. Until that time, the people believed that mental illnesses were caused by demonic possessions, and the treatments were mainly atrocious punishments and confinement. Thus, with the revolution came the psychotherapy, where people were given talking cures to help people to deal with their feelings. Then came the chemical revolution 70 years ago, where chemicals were discovered, which were called as neurotransmitters that send signals from one cell to the next. And thus, the drugs such as antidepressants were developed where chemicals could correct the brain chemistry to treat various diseases. And then came the neuromodulation revolution, which is happening now. What is it? It says that the problems to the brain can be rectified by rewiring the brain. And how is it possible? It's a method of stimulating the brain using microcurrents, which will impact the way we feel, we think, and the connections between the cells would be impacted using this technique. So this method is now gaining popularity and it is used to treat many diseases like depression. The question now is that if we can rewire the brain with devices, why don't we do it with our own thoughts? Sounds crazy, right? When we learn something new, we create new connections between our neurons. We rewire our brains to adapt to new circumstances. If you practice something consistently, you are likely to alter your brain, like learning a new language, reading, improving vocabulary, creating artwork, traveling, meditation, and so on. In order to rewire your brain for the long term, scientists say that we should practice visualizing what we want to accomplish for at least 6 weeks for just 5 to 10 minutes a day. And another way to rewire is gratitude exercise. What is that gratitude exercise? It is a simple technique which is to count 3 things for which we are grateful for, like, for example, a rainy day or a good hair or anything will do. Brain rewiring is a very large and complex subject with new discoveries every day and often challenging what we thought we knew about the brain. The story of Cameroon is a reminder that we are capable of shedding our past problems and that we can renew ourselves. DIY brain rewiring may be on the market at some point in the future, but for now, we can practice thinking positively, do mindful meditation, take up therapy if needed, and leave our brain to rewire naturally. I conclude by assuring you all that it is possible to rewire our brain. Thank you, dear Spookmasters.
Well, 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 a lot of magic spell. And next comes our spooker number 3, Spooker Raka. Spooker Raka is giving her L1P3 speech when fantasy comes to reality. When fantasy comes to reality, Spooker Raka, and I would like to call upon her Master Amita, to tell your spooker the rules. When fantasy comes to reality, Speaker Raka.
The purpose of this project is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. Her time limit will be 5 to 7 minutes with a grace period of 30 seconds. Over to you, TM Modi.
Now I call Spooker Raka for her speech, Fantasy Comes to Reality. Fantasy Comes to Reality, Spooker Raka.
Am I audible? Am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Screen also you can see, right? I shared screen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Diamonds need no explanation. We all know how radiant they are. It just keeps shining. Those who admire with its brilliance will definitely find their way to them. A warm good evening to all sparkling, atrocious ladies of Rendezvous Toastmasters and my dear guests. Can you imagine you are enjoying the rain with a hot cup of tea? with a melody from your balcony. When you try to catch the raindrops, you realized instead of water, diamonds are falling from the sky. Wow. Yes, my dear friends, this fantasy could turn to reality if you are reside in our neighboring planet, Jupiter or Saturn. Before going to Jupiter, let me explain how rainfalls are formed and diamonds are formed, and what condition and combination could make the the diamonds to fall from the sky. As you can see in the picture, diamonds are rare natural composed minerals of carbon. Each carbon atom of diamond is surrounded with 4 different carbon atoms, and which are connected each other with the strongest bond called covalent bond. Due to this covalent bond, this diamond is becoming the hardest and strongest substance which we ever know. And this property is making it suitable for cutting and converting into crystal. And diamonds are formed due to the high temperature and pressure which occurring in the earth mantle. And this most of this mantle are discovered in the earth surface due to the highest volcanic eruptions. And during this eruption, all the mantle rocks are thrown out to the earth surface. And the blocks are called scanoliths. And this scanoliths contains diamond. Here on earth, we need to go through with the hardest mining process to get this diamonds. But as I said before, if we are resident in Jupiter or Saturn, we will get these diamonds simply by just standing out in the rain with the process called precipitation. Did this picture reminds you your grade 3 EVS classroom? Yes, precipitation is one of the most common process in the water cycle, most important process of water cycle, and where the solid or liquid form of water which is in the atmosphere falls back to earth in the form of rain or snow. And with the help of heat from the sun, the water gets evaporated and condensed in the atmosphere, and with the suitable temperature, it started falling as rain. Since we are resident in earth, obtaining diamonds is like a luxury. But if we are in the Jupiter or Saturn, we will become millionaire by now just by standing out in the rain. Diamond rainfall is a very common precipitation in the solar system, and especially in Saturn and Jupiter. And over there, it is full of methane gas. As a result of thunderstorm, this methane gas is converting into carbon. And this carbon non-crystalline carbon, which is called soot. And this, as soot falls down around 1,000 miles down, the naturally present at a high temperature and pressure, which is present in Jupiter and Saturn, will convert the soot into graphite. This graphite is the carbon form which is present in the pencil lead. So it keeps on falling down, and around 3,700 miles down, this graphite will again convert into diamonds. On Earth, diamonds are formed around 100 miles down underground in the Earth, but in Saturn and Jupiter, it falls as rain. Unfortunately, we humans cannot survive with the pressure condition where diamonds are formed. Even Jupiter, it is full of methane gas and heat and atmospheric pressure is so high. So humans cannot survive with it. The truth is that the universe is still a mystery. We humans are a very small part of it. And lots of unknown facts and universal secrets are hidden. This realization is the reason why NASA had started to explore to find the life beyond Earth. I do hope my small study into Jupiter and Saturn has given you all a little insight into the wonderful galaxy that we are part of. Thank you. This slide, this is the reference website which helped me to prepare my this project. So you can also, if you want more information about diamond rainfall, you can refer these websites. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Shit. And after the spookers, at first cock crow, the ghosts must go to their quiet graves below. And now it is time for the time to shine. The Omni, the mightiest, she will keep you all in check. And if you exceed the limit, you shall be dragged. Time Wizard Jisha, please appear and tell them their fate. Time Wizard Jisha.
Thank you, fortune teller Sybil Chetna. I am time, the Omni One. I spared no one and never will. Here comes the report to see who is safe and who is going to face my wrath. Spooker 1 Sweta took 6 minutes 32 seconds. Spooker 1 is that. Now Spooker 2 Zamina took 5 minutes 35 seconds. And Spooker 3 Rakha took 6 minutes 17 seconds. I'm extremely elated that all precautiously followed the commands. I grant nirvana to all speakers to be qualified. Over to you, spooky fortune teller.
I thank all the spookers and their masters. And after all that spookiness, I call upon the walking dead, the one who rattles as the talk and dissembles as the walk. Let's call upon the infurious master of all skeleton, the super skull, for all of you to test your brain and impromptu thinking. The super skull table topic master. Oh, wait, super skull. I need to tell you all something. I see something. Do you all hear that eerie crackle? I can see some evil spirits are going to attack us. And I have to ward it off for all of your safety. I have to go and I have to ward it off. I have no place. I have to hide under this cloak.
Hello, Toastmasters. I am indeed the Skull Master for the day. And today I will be taking over for the scariest session, the table topics. And I am here to pick on each and every one of you and choose you and ask you to speak on behalf of my session. Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful Halloween night. Table Topics is an impromptu session which is done to increased communication skills and great abilities for impromptu speaking. So the first speaker of the day that I'm going to invite is none other than Shweta M. Can I have Shweta M to the screen, please?
Lida, can we have people who have not done any speeches?
All right, Lord Hades. Let's see what we have in mind. Can we have, let me see. Toastmaster Surabhi, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
All right, Toastmaster Surabhi, are you ready?
Fine.
All right, your topic for the day is, if you had 2 minutes with Joe Biden in a room, what would you say to him? Toastmaster Surabhi, if you had 2 minutes with Joe Biden in a room, what would you say to him?
Well, if Joe Biden is with me in the same room, I think first I'll thank him that he has finally done something which should have been done last term itself. And please spare the world this time. Stop all the wars and whatever guns that they have been supplying all over. Please just get rid of all those. Make some new, better laws around. And that's all right now. But I hope his term, I would like to even congratulate him that he has done something which should have been done. And I hope the term goes really good, better for the whole world around, because everything depends on there. Whatever they will do will going to affect the whole world around. So I just wish him all the best for the new term coming. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Surabhi, for your immaculate speech. Now, can I please invite Toastmaster Susan to the screen, please? Toastmaster Susan, are you there? Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Toastmaster Susan, what is the first thing you want to achieve after this COVID pandemic gets over? Toastmaster Susan, what is the first thing that you want to achieve after this COVID pandemic gets over?
Good evening, dear spooky fellow Toastmasters. It's a nice time to get together in such a wonderful occasion like Halloween. I'm really happy that I could see you in all different various costumes. Like my dear Toastmaster Nida said, what is that I would like to see after the pandemic gets over? First thing is I would like to go for a walk in a beach, play in the waters, feel the rain outside, go meet my parents, have some fun with children outside, enjoy a walk in the park, and all these simple things in life that can make you more happy, just to relax and enjoy. Thank you for the opportunity that you have given me to speak. Thank you, Nida. You look awesome. What is the word of the day today? Atrocious. Yeah. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much, Ghostmaster Susan. Next, I would like to call upon our amazing grammarian fairy, Shweta Ajay, to the screen, please.
Yes.
Ghostmaster Shweta Ajay, who was your first high school sweetheart and what was your experience like? Ghostmaster Shweta Ajay, who was your first high school sweetheart and what was your experience like?
Thank you, Table Topics Master, for giving me a wonderful topic. Yeah, the topic is, who was my high school sweetheart? Yeah. Can I just change that high school into college life? Yeah, somewhere there. So if you ask me who was my high school or college sweetheart, I would definitely say it's my husband now, because I met him in college and then he was my senior. I was with him for 2 years in college, and then after that, I got a chance, yeah, to be with him for this whole life. So for me, yeah, if you ask me who is my best sweetheart, it is always first I would point my husband, that's Ajay. Thank you so much. And yeah, thank you so much, the Table Topics Master, for bringing me this question. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Grammarian Fairy. My next person that I'm going to choose is Ghostmaster Tina. Can I have Ghostmaster Tina to the screen, please?
Speak, ask, and you shall be answered.
Ghostmaster Tina, my topic for you is, if you had a chance to go back in time and if you had a chance to marry Hrithik Roshan, would you marry Hrithik Roshan or would you marry your husband? Ghostmaster Tina.
A wonderful spooky evening to each and every one of you Ghostmasters. I am delighted to be among such fabulous people. Who is this? Or rather, boo is this Hrithik Roshan? When I have my hero right by my side. For the past 20 years, he has tolerated my tantrums, my whims, and my fancies. I seriously doubt if this Hrithik Roshan would have had the patience to be beside my side. The looks may fade, but the actions remain. And seeing that he has not been in one serious relation till date, I am quite glad that I have decided to remain with my better half. Over to you, Spooky Skullmaster.
Thank you so much, Ghostmaster Tina, for your very amazing speech. Now, can I call upon Lord Hades? Are you there, Lord Hades?
Yes.
All right, Lord Hades. The topic for you is, if you had a chance to appear in Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge, which character would you choose to be?
Of course, the Amrish Puri role. I, the Lord Hades, can only dictate. I will never be a person who's vulnerable. I am going to be the atrociously rude, horrible, and dominating character in any movie that I choose to be. I'm going to beckon all the evil people around me. I'm going to be surrounded by the powerful and not the vulnerable. So I would definitely look in to go there and beckon not kabooters, not pigeons, but the spirits, not in the fields, but in the graveyards, not on earth, but in the underworld. I would be called not Amrishpuri, I would be called the Lord of Death, Hades. I would never succumb to becoming a vulnerable romanticist. I would always want to be, even if I'm ugly, even if I'm not looked upon as somebody glamorous, I would still want to be the most powerful, most empowered soul, not on this minute earth, but on that powerful underworld where I am the king, I am the ruler, and all the human beings, all the mortals are just vulnerable souls at my beck and call. So I would definitely want to beckon all the spirits in the world and be the Lord Hades, who is the world, who is the ruler of death. Thank you. Over to you, Spooky Skull Master.
Thank you, Lord Hades, for that amazing speech. Now I would like to move on to Master Evaluator Mustard. Master Evaluator, are you there? Master Evaluator Mustard.
You
Can I move on to someone else?
You can now call the spookers if needed.
Toastmasters Zamina, are you there?
Yes, yes.
Toastmasters Zamina, the topic for you is, which is the most scariest movie you've ever seen? Ghostmasters Zamina, which is the most scariest movie you've ever seen?
Good evening, Spook Masters. The scariest movie that I have seen is in my childhood, that is Evil Dead. Evil Dead was the spookiest movie that I had seen, where the Evil Dead, and more than that, it is Mummy Returns, which was more scary than than the one. This in this movie, the scariest thing was that there would be a silence everywhere, and suddenly, all of a sudden, some kind of evil creatures and evil things, I mean, scary things would pop out all of a sudden. And we, as a in my childhood days, we cousins, we all used to sit together and watch the movie. And suddenly, when something happens, we all used to hide under the sofa or somewhere, and we all have a nice laugh after that. And then after that, once we return to the bed for sleeping, we all would make scary noises and kind of spooky things in order to scare others. And then we would enjoy that. That's all. Over to you, Spook Master.
Thank you so much, Ghostmasters Amina, for that atrocious experience that you shared with us. Now, can I call upon which vocab? Can I please know who this anonymous which vocab is?
That is Smita.
Ghostmaster Smita, are you there? Ghostmaster Smita?
Okay, I think if you want to call Raka, you can call and then we can stop.
Ghostmaster Raka, are you ready?
Yes, please.
Ghostmaster Raka, the topic for you is, if you had 1 week left on Earth, what all would you accomplish? Ghostmaster Raka, if you had 1 week on Earth, what all would you accomplish?
Thank you, atrocious Nita. If I have 1 week left on earth, what all things I will do? My dream, I will try to accomplish all my dreams. First thing, at present, at now, like I want to go to my parents' place and I want to visit them. Secondly, I want to travel wherever I want to see. Now I will try to visit all those places and complete. And whatever I want to eat, I will finish all eating without seeing any diet or anything. Whatever I like to eat, I will eat. And I will try to relax. I think so. All these things I will try to complete within a week. But I think if normally a person is getting only 1 week before death or on earth, then definitely we will ending up by praying, praying to give us more time on earth, because this earth is so beautiful, and everybody want to live happily this place. Thank you. Over to you, Nita.
I think we
Thank
should.
you so much, Ghostmaster Raka. I would like to wind up my table topic spooky skull zombie table topics session by saying, stay creepy, stay scary. Happy Halloween, Rendezvous, Ghostmaster ladies. Over to you, Ghostmaster Chetna.
Thank you so much. I have actually eliminated the mortal, the fortune teller. But now I am going to beckon somebody from my world, the underworld of death. Now I'm going to beckon the death herself. But before that, my dear spook masters, evil spirits, and mortals, please be aware, we will be getting into a kind of a game called the Pictionary, where the death herself will draw your lines and you need to say what is in store for you. The whiteboard will be opened up to know what is the figure, what is the future that is in store for you. You need to complete what she begins. So now let me summon the death herself. Death, please come onto the stage. We need you here. Death, can you hear me?
I am the death, the atrocious and the only truth of this world. That poor fortune teller has been banished, and I shall take the charge now. I'm here to punish you all for your sins. And I will take you all. Get ready for the trip to hell. But I'm in a good mood today, as this is my day, my night. And who knows, I might grant you your life. But for that, you have to follow my rules. And you have to solve the mystery of the death. I shall give you some clues, and you have to draw what it is. I shall give you the clues, and you have to draw on the whiteboard what it is. If all you people give me my answer of the mystery of death, I might grant you a life, or I might possess some souls tonight. Are you all ready for the trip to hell? I cannot hear you. Are you all ready for the trip?
Yes.
I give you your first clue to save your lives. Lord Hades, can you please help these people with the screen? Dressed in black, I brew potion. I cast spell and put curse. But if you bother me or my cat, I will turn you into a rat. What am I? You have to draw. The one who draws the first, I might grant her the life.
We can't
Dressed in
draw.
black, I brew potion. I cast spell and put curse.
Are you able to draw?
No, no, we're not. I mean, I'm not.
You ask for annotate. I have given annotation. I've shared annotation for everyone. Can you all?
Yeah, okay.
You have to press annotate and then start drawing.
Okay.
Is anything close by?
Okay, I shall grant the life to the soul Surabhi. My next clue is Spooker Zamina, the phantom. I'm granting you all your lives as you answered my questions. The next clue is
the answer.
The answer is the witch. The next clue is most of the time you would never guess who I am because I look just like you. But once a month, I let my hair down and howl at the moon. But beware, if I bite, you will become alike.
Is it wolf? I can't draw actually.
Wow. Anybody else?
What kind of unearthly spell has Surabhi granted on this whiteboard? No one else is able to draw. She is the witch in the group. What's the spell?
She is the hidden power inside this group. Okay, the answer is werewolf. And the soul Surabhi again given the answer to save you all. I can walk through walls. I am white. I like to say boo. Guess who?
I think it's better to say it out. All right, yeah.
Can you all write that? Or maybe we will leave this. You all can say, unmute yourself and say it.
Casper.
Ghost. Ghost. Ghost.
Ghost.
White
Ghost.
ghost.
Yes, all the souls came alive now. It is ghost.
Okay, I think
the ghost. Okay, the next clue is I'm a monster that has been on a diet. There is no fat on me, no skin either. You might say that I'm all bones. I rattle when I walk and my teeth chatter when I talk.
Dracula?
Skull. Is it a mummy or
Who said Dracula? I need to possess that soul today.
Dracula.
I will possess that soul today.
Okay, can we call it?
Okay, this is skeleton.
Yeah, I put that skeleton there. I don't know if it's not visible.
Okay, can we move ahead with this?
I think we'll close the Pictionary now. I think we'll run time. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What is next? What is next? I am quite pleased. You all have truly mastered the game of life. And I grant you all the life. You do not deserve to be dead. I shall now return to my kingdom. I have few more quizzes, just few more souls to possess.
Spooky Skull Master, can we have the timings for the table topics? Please
कोचिंग
call.
करने के बाद क्या है, मैं वापस वो बन के आ रहा हूँ.
Please call the time herself.
Can we please have the time wizard? Time wizard, are you there?
Yes.
Can we
I am the time, the only one. I spared no one and never will. Here comes the report to see who is safe and going to face the wrath. That means atrocious wrath. Let's see. Spooker Surabhi took 52 seconds. Spooker Susan, 1 minute, 10 seconds. Spooker Sweta, 55 seconds. Spooker Tina, the Phantom, 1 minute, 21 seconds.
Go a little slow.
Spooker Anita, Lord Hades, took 1 minute, 49 seconds.
Start from the beginning.
Spooker Surabhi, 52 seconds. Spooker Susan, 1 minute, 10 seconds. Spooker Sweta, the Fairy, 55 seconds. Spooker Tina, the Phantom, 1 minute, 21 seconds. Spooker Anita, Lord Hades, 1 minute, 49 seconds. Spooker Zamina, 1 minute, 28 seconds. Spooker Raka, 1 minute, 31 seconds. So this clearly shows I grant life to Spooker Susan, Spooker Tina, Spooker Anita, Zamina, and Raka. Over to you.
Thank you so much. You can all vote to me. I think just send me. It is Susan, Sweta Ajay, Tina, Anita, Zamina, and Raka. I'm just going to put it in the chat box so you can. Yes, I hope you all have chosen it. Now what I will do is, until the fortune teller returns, because she's taking time to ward the spirits away, I'm going to have a small trivia happening here. We'll start with whatever has happened so far. Is everyone ready for the trivia? I think she's here. She's here. Over to you.
Thank you so much to all of you. Thank God she's gone. I had really hard time and you all performed so good to ward her off. God, do you all hear some eerie cackle? Who are they? I see some really eerie people coming. Oh, these are the eerie evaluators. I would suggest all three spookers to be afraid, to be very, very afraid. Eerie evaluators, evaluator Surabhi, evaluator Masrat, and evaluator Amita are here to scare the spookers with their feet. Evaluator Surabhi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chetna. Well, my spooker don't get so spooked about from me. I am a very, very nice and good evaluator. So let's go with this. Like, your speech today was nothing close to be an atrocious one, but it was a fabulous one. You have done a very good job in it. And your speech, actually, I found it like a cake with so many layers in it, which were absolutely flavorsome icing in it. The first layer and its icing, the flavor that you gave was your voice modulation. Excellent voice modulation you had in exactly the exact places where it should have.
Thank you.
Oh no. Am I only the one who can't hear her?
Surabhi is
Possessed.
having a tough time. Can we move on to the next?
Have possessed, yeah.
Yeah, you can hear.
Can we have the next evaluator?
Okay, can we move on to next evaluator, Master Masrat? Toastmaster Masrat?
Yeah. Yeah. Hello? Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. Good evening, Toastmasters. Congratulations, Toastmasters Zamina, for the completion of your L1 P3 milestone in Toastmasters. Now, let me talk about your wow moments. First of all, you had a great start to your speech with a scientific quote. Your title was atrocious, for which even I had to rewire my brain and check out for the vocabulary. You very well brought in the example of the girl Cameron, who survived with only half part of the brain working. Your presentation was informational, detailed, very well researched, and organized in a good way. You clearly defined what neuroplasty is, different types of neuroplasty, as well as you gave an in-depth information about these types of neuroplasty as well as the solutions to these problems. You not only addressed the problem and gave us the scientific solutions, but also the solutions at home, how we can rewire our brain by engaging ourselves in positive acts or activities like exercising, meditations, reading, visualizing. And the best exercise was to do the gratitude exercises by counting 3 things that we are blessed with in a day. Now, coming to the areas of improvement, usage of actually powerful and simple pictures is an effective way that will really help any one of us in getting the message across your presentation. Your presentation was quite informational and scientific. Terms were also scientific. Maybe a usage of 1 or 2 visual aids would have helped to remember the terminology more effectively. And also by providing sources of information would take your speech to the next level. You were clear about what you wanted to speak. To summarize, I would say the topic chosen by Toastmaster Zamina was interesting. It was very relevant. After all, we all are human beings with brains and not atrocious creatures who actually hunt for brains. Throughout your presentation, you were calm and composed. Your voice was clear, audible, and easily understood. You had simple vocabulary. Your speech was informative and understandable. Length of the speech were also taken care of. It was well organized and well constructed speech. By having 1 or 2 visual aids and by providing us a source of information, your speech your speech can be taken to the next level. Or you did a fabulous research on the topic and presented it exceptionally well. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Master Masrat. And now we move on to next ERI evaluator, Toastmaster Amita.
Am I audible now?
Yes, Toastmaster Surabhi.
Yeah, thank you. Now I think some setting got mixed up.
Yeah, your video is still, but you're audible.
Shall I start the timer for Toastmaster Surabhi? I mean, is Surabhi going to speak?
Give
Toastmaster
Surabhi a chance, or should I continue?
Who shall
Should I
speak?
begin?
Amita, you begin.
All right. Congratulations to my target speaker, Toastmaster Raka, for having attempted your L1P3 research and presentation project under team collaboration pathway, titled When Fantasy Comes to Reality. Toastmaster Raka, your spooky speech was undoubtedly very well researched, very well presented. I perceive you as an atrociously discerning speaker. You were very methodical with your presentation. As you mentioned, the topics you would be leading me into, bringing me into reality from the fantasy which you made me visualize for the raining diamonds. I would like to applaud you on the selection of slides. They were very easy to understand. I wish I had something like this during my school days. Being a person with science background, I was able to understand the topic quite well. I got interested the moment you mentioned about the Jupiter and the Saturn. As it is said, some ideas are best portrayed through the fantasy of one's own mind. You indeed took me into a journey of fantasy to reality and substantiated so well with your presentation. What I felt is some terms could have been a little better pronounced. You can give a little more efforts on pronunciation, like especially I could point out the words methane. It is methane. It sounded like methane. And the word earth sounded like earth. And xenolith, when you pronounce the word xenolith, I had to actually look at the screen and search for the word which you were trying to use. So it is xenolith. What I felt is you could have also given a one-liner explanation about the methane gas and the xenolith. It would have become little more clearer and engaging for the benefit of the people with a non-science background. In summation, overall, a beautifully researched speech. I see you as a very sagacious, calm speaker, atrociously capable of giving a wonderful research, and you also took care of sharing the links for others to use. My 2 pence to make your speech a little more better the next time would be try to put in efforts to get over your vernacular pronunciations and a little one-liner explanations to the new vocabulary you are trying to use. Overall, it was just a beautiful, spooky speech about the Jupiter and Saturns. All the best to you, Toastmaster Raka, for the next time. Over to you, TMOD.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Amita. Now we move on with Toastmaster Surabhi for your evaluation.
Thank you. Am I audible this time? Okay. Thank you so much. Today's my speaker, Toastmaster
Shweta.
Yeah, Toastmaster Shweta. Your topic was observation and pun, and I am amazed your observation is absolutely bang on, and with all the puns that you have put in it, it was nowhere close to be an atrocious one, but it was a fabulous one. And your speech actually reminded me of cake. The layers of nice, flavorsome icing in a cake. First layer, I must say, was your voice modulation. You did a fabulous job there. The voice, the way you modulated throughout your speech, whenever you wanted it to be little spooky type or you wanted it to be very loud, you just moved up and down there. That was superbly done, especially when you were mentioning about the potholes to be filled, which is actually an amazing part for people and losing their track on the road. Very nicely done that. Even the other one where you mentioned the rectangle made between the bikers, and it really reminded me of the time that I have spent in Gujarat and I've seen this thing happening, and it's really irritates you on the road that people from where to pass, from between or from one side or the other side, where will they go? Excellently done. The next layer of your speech that I really liked was the body language. You really used the space around you. You moved your hands, your gestures, your facial expressions, bang on each and everything that you wanted to express. Very well done. The third and the final layer for your cake, your speech cake today was your speech script itself. Very well scripted. You had all the elements in your speech from the beginning, the introduction, like the way you started with telling that you have never met a foreigner in your life because you've always been in India. But in the end, you somehow managed to meet one, but it was a foreigner from a different state of India, but not still a foreigner as in quotes that we feel, the one who is from other country.
Yes.
The only thing that I found little missing, that finishing touch in your cake, that's all, was that your energy levels. Some places was very good, but by the end of your speech, your energy levels kind of came down. And I wanted a ending should have been like a bang on this speech, which just lacked. So that's all. Just work on your full energy throughout the maintaining of your energy and matching, and just make your end your speech with a bang, and that would be like a cherry on top. And that's it. The speech was amazing. Hats off to you. All the best for all your future speeches.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Surabhi. And now it's time for our time wizard, Toastmaster Jisha, to give the report.
Give me a minute. So it's time that none will escape from my sight of spooky eyes. Remember and beware evaluators. So the time taken by Spoker Surabhi, 2 minutes 48 seconds. Time taken by the Spoker Mashrath, 2 minutes 45 seconds. And Amita, 3 minutes 2 seconds.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jisha. And now we move to the next part of our meeting. Here comes someone who will take a note of all your expressions of fight when you know something is not right. Here we welcome our fairy queen to pick up the pearls from your speech, Toastmaster Shweta. Our grammarian fairy queen, Toastmaster Shweta.
Hi all. Being a fairy queen, I was closely observing everybody from above. And it is my responsibility to look in the both world and see how they are, and pay close attention to all the speakers, listening carefully by the usage of the language. I have taken notes of some of the misuses, but still I should appreciate that most of the things were very nicely structured. Everybody has done a fantastic job. They've used good usage of languages. First to start with the word of the day, atrocious. It was used by most of the speakers and evaluators. Like almost everybody has used that. Well done for it. I really appreciate everybody's presence of mind. Then coming to the very good phrases what have been used. I loved the way potholes to be filled, rewire your brain, leave our brain to rewire. And also I like the word nirvana that was used, mystery to death. And especially the timer has mentioned as omnivalent. So that's also a nice thing. Fantasy to reality, there were nice usage of words. I could jot down only few of them. There were a lot of things. Almost everybody has used very nice wordings. Few things which I thought could be taken into attention are, instead of learning car, you should have used as driving, word as driving. And also resident in air. Instead of that, it can be used as residing in air. Also, I've heard one speaker telling foreign people. Instead of that, foreigner could have been used. So there are so many good words. Like I have seen, I think so, like many of the evaluators have pointed out the usage of words like earth, xenon, methane gas. So it has been already highlighted. So these are the ones which I would like to highlight from my side. But anyway, all in all, it was a very well structured meeting, very well structured speech. Everybody has used very good words. Appreciate everyone for that. Thank you so much. Over to Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shweta. How pleasing it was to watch our fairy queen. But now be ready for someone who will blend in into the crowd and yet will haunt the people around. Get ready for the eminent entry, for the atrocious, the phantom of our troop, eerie General Uvelut, Phantom Tina. Phantom Tina.
Good evening, dear spectacular Ghostmasters. I was ready to pull the Master meeting asunder, but alas, I am yet to find a blunder. The SAA commenced the ghoulish meet sharp at 6 p.m. Curses! I wish it was a minute late. I wanted to pull more curses on each one of their performers and make sure that there was someone there to break a leg in the performance. But drats, each one sundered their roles with aplomb and pleasure. The essay laid the ground rules with the opening scene, and the Lord of Death opened the meet without the gavel, unfortunately, and welcomed all into the underworld and threatened in her menacing tone to make sure each one of you take part in their contest and pull the mentors down to make sure that they are ready to perform well. She called on her mortal ally, fortune teller Sybil, and who told us the spooky history of Halloween. The witch vocab gave us a bewitching performance and introduced the word of the day in the most atrocious manner possible. The spookers were creeping it real with the perils of being Spooker 1 was creeping it real with the perils of being an Indian versus a foreigner. But I felt it was more like a stand-up performance that ended too abruptly. I wished to see more of that stage performance. Spooker 2 spoke like a beheaded head floating in the air. Wish I could see more of her sinister figure. So next time, if you could just stand up instead of just showing your head floating. Her speech on brains left me wishing I was a zombie too, feasting on brains and not the Phantom of the Opera. Spooker 3 tried to dazzle with a diamond story that started with a bang, but felt it was losing its sparkle towards the end. Wish I could see more of a banging. You need to mine out more to get better performances. The Time Master came with a spectacular bag of tricks and treats with an ingenious way of showing that we are running out of time. The fortune teller added a bit of mystery with a disappearing act, which added to the wonder of my opera. The spooky and bony skull master spooked us with your freaky topics, which I wish more of my girl friends would speak a little more of and spoke a little more using the time. Our ominous death ironically lifted our spirits with a question answer session, which was sadly rigged by a spell, but was sportively accepted by each and every Ghostmaster sitting here. It was followed by an unfortunate awkward silence, which was soon filled by our fortune teller, Sybil. Our eerie evaluators gave consummate evaluations with the proper sandwich method of commendation, recommendation, and commendation. I think there were a few who attended my opera training last week. I was able to see certain performances repeated. Kudos to that! Wow! Super evaluations, eerie masters. I'm happy. The grammarian fairy wispily moved through, and she made sure she had her goblin ears on so that she could actively listen and make sure that she highlighted all the interesting words and phrases she heard today and made sure that we corrected our wrong usage. You know what they say about being a grammarian who corrects each vocabulary. You will be the one to die alone. Anyways, it was a wonderfully fantabulous meeting that was wonderfully headed by our fortune teller and our Lord Hades. And I wish you many, many more spectacular meets like so forth. I'll make sure that I will be spooking you all soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Phantom of our troop. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Tina. It was such a terrifying journey with you all through the Blood River and through the Mountain of Skull. I could really feel the hell is for real. And I now have to pass on these mighty powers to the master of the underworld, to Lord Hades, Madam Toastmaster Anita. Thank you so much, everyone. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, my dear fortune teller. I just want to know if the Phantom has also spoken about the fortune teller and the death. Did I miss it?
Yes, I did.
You did. Okay. Thank you so much. Nevertheless, I would like each of you to unmute and give our fortune teller, Aka, and the death herself a big round of applause.
Very nice idea. Very
What
nice.
a performance. What a performance.
Superb.
This totally lived up to the mark. Each of you, I mean, Chetna, the director of the entire story, took it to its zenith, I should say. I mean, it was there, up there. We really lived every moment of this. And I think as a maiden Toastmaster of the day, a Toastmaster of the evening, she did a fabulous job. I mean, this is atrociously insane theme and insane performances, which I don't think we can ever forget. Something which is being tried out in a virtual background, virtual scene. I think this would have been a different ball game if it was a physical meeting. But being in a virtual, I think the way she has gone about coordinating the entire session, amazing, totally laudable. And Jisha, I loved your background, the way she totally took it on to herself and lived up to the role. I mean, everything about you was, I mean, tremendously good. The way you brought in the green and all the three lights, and when the lights were not happening, this beautiful dial that's happening. Superb. And yeah, I mean, the fairy grammarian, excellent. The witch vocab, I think she had mastered being a witch, and she's really a very unsparing witch. It just sounded like that to me. She's not here, but yes, that's one thing. And the spooky skull master. Spooky skull master, when you entered, I actually wanted to flee. Being Lord Hades, I just thought that I am not in for this spookiness around. I mean, the way you really launched yourself, amazing, beautiful. And the speakers, excellent job, wonderful rendering. The evaluators, anyways, they belong to Showstoppers, so we'll not talk about them much here, right? And did we have all the three evaluators from Showstoppers? Okay, very soon Rendezvous is going to catch up. Very soon. We are there, almost there. And all the three speakers, lovely subject. I really enjoyed Raka's. I mean, it was a new thing that has happened. I mean, everything about the diamonds. I wish I was a part of the solar system to collect all those diamonds. Let me see if I can do that. And yeah, the Joker really had a lot to put in. It is good. Just that I will talk about a certain things later as your mentor. And for level 1, normally I kind of refrain from using any kind of harsh mentoring, but nevertheless you have lived up to it. Zamina, a little more preparation, little more time for this. Yes. Yeah. And then because you come up with very interesting topics, always. So I want you to, also grow in the presentation skills. That's very, very important. Powerful area, edge for a speaker. Phantom. When they said phantom, for me, it's only ghost who walks. But here she is with a cutout paper on and totally serious. And the whole description of the general evaluation was so into Halloween. I think Halloweeniness to the highest atrocity. I mean, totally, molested, I should say, if that's the word that I can use. She has really taken it to its peak. She has used every part of it. I mean, the way she expressed it. Yeah, we all need to mature ourselves to use that power. We all have it in us. It's just that inhibitions which pull us back. I've seen Showstoppers ladies when they had performed initial stages, and I'm seeing them today. That it all takes a little time and a lot of commitment and effort from your end. So when our maiden Toastmaster of the evening, the fortune teller, asked me if I can do it, will I be able to do it? What do you think? How this? Probably there were times when I just gave up, saying, do something and leave me alone. It was like that. But I mean, I never knew that she would write. The entire thing was compiled by her, entire wordings. Amazingly done. Totally nailed it, Chetna. Loved it. Everything, every bit of it was very good. Yes, as a Toastmaster of the day, you need to be the person who holds on the top. There were places where you lost touch about rendering the time, getting the timers report out. The polls were not in place. And especially when a person is taking charge of too many roles, it gets difficult. These need to be sorted out even before the meeting begins. Okay. Having said that, today, I don't know, I've been asking you all to vote, but I have not received too many votes before I eat all this hair. Okay. It's all in my mouth. It's it's worse than my cat's hair around. Okay, the courtesy of my makeup goes to my younger one. She's so much into Greek, everything about Greek. She loves Lord Hades, and she loves Persimmon and whatever. Anyways, so yes, I do have, I mean, something surprising here is we had a type both in evaluation and TP. So I'm just going to reveal the results. The certificates are there anyways. The best speaker has gone to our diamond lady today, Raka. And the best evaluator was shared by Amita and Surabhi. And the best TT by Lord Hades and the Phantom, the ghost who walks. For me, it's the. So I think yeah, we just try to do a little bit of enacting, and that's why I think it was a different part. But these themes do get in a lot of you from inside you. What I would say is live up to the role of the Toastmasters also, along with the role of the theme. If you're going to, there should be a proper balance. In fact, more towards the Toastmasters role and less towards the other part. Okay. Don't give me, hello, Raka. This is about how you write it, how you write your script. The content of the script is also very important. It's not just the delivery. It is a total thing. Okay, delivery and the content according to your project. So that's important. As you're going up the levels, you have to remember, you have to put in more efforts, and you have to yes, Pookie Kalmas. How could I forget her? The table topics master. You were right on dot. As I told you, your entry was excellent and your topics were also good, but she is more a movie buff, as you all know. I mean, the youngsters all are. So it kind of, gets difficult to answer certain questions, majorly because now I'm into a different mood, so I could not answer in favor of Bollywood. So that's a different thing. Yeah. So as you are, I think most of you will complete your level 1 in the next meeting. So all my suggestion to you all is, when you get into level 2, brace yourselves to make it a little more effective speech, written with more research. Do your thorough research work and come to us with the right kind of content and delivery. So both we need to look at both the things and take it forward. And I do see good humor people coming in here. Shweta, I really enjoyed the way you delivered your humor speech. It was more like a standby speech form. I mean, I am calling it a humor speech. Yeah, I think because it's okay because it's a P2, right? Yeah. So we can look in, for some more training on humor and render your humorous speeches, because humorous speeches don't have to have a proper flow continuously. It can be a break thing, like a standby comedy. So having said that, congratulations to all the participants, all those who've taken so much of an effort. Chetna, once again, really laudable. It is beautifully rendered. The entire script written by you, your vocab, your English, the script, all about it was amazing. And this is definitely the meeting number 12 on November 12th, is definitely a memorable meeting.
Yes, I actually want to add one thing
like
about Toastmaster Chetna.
Yes.
The thing is, I actually had a completely different character in mind, and then she comes last minute and she says, "No, I want to make this a little more on a different level." And then we were like brainstorming as to how this can actually gel with being a general evaluator. And I must say, Chetna, I think this was a better choice. This is definitely a better choice than what I had first thought of, because I think, yes, you're right, this did gel in with the actual theme of this whole setup. And kudos to each one of you. I mean, the kind of the makeup, the costumes and everything, I mean, is hands down superb. Because I know many of us are very, they're not very open to dressing up and coming up with all this makeup and so forth. So it's really nice to see that everyone has come out of their shells actually, and doing their roles to full justice. So superb. I know Chetna has a little bit of a edge to that, because if she could call me and convince me to become the Phantom of the Opera, I'm sure she was able. I missed the music. Where was my entrance music? I wanted my theme music. I had a theme music, and also that the little bit of mystery.
Just listen to that. I think what happened with the Chetna's entry was good. The music there.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
disappearing act, everything. I mean, wow, that was superb. It added a total edge to the meeting, that disappearing act and so forth.
What I love about this virtual background is, in order to disappear, you just have to close the cam, and then
Yes.
what I liked about Chetna's description is she just put a white cloth so that she can disappear gradually, not just like that.
Superb.
So it
Superb.
was,
I mean, it was like watching a Harry Potter movie with his invisible cloak. Wow.
absolutely. You just said it, Tina. I wanted next, taking up Harry Potter as a theme.
I know. Let's do Harry Potter theme.
I think
I was just to say, I mean, I'm sure your daughters must be.
both the clubs together for Harry Potter.
Yeah. Let's do a Harry Potter theme together.
Let's call the district team, or let's call somebody beyond us to just come and check out how good our people are, right? So I did invite a couple of people, but I think it was a wrong moment, so they were not able to join us. Otherwise, they would have known.
No, they missed it. I mean, it was a wonderful meet. I mean, to see everyone dressed up and with all the characterization and the fortune teller and the death, and of course Hades. My goodness, this is a different version of Hades that I'm seeing actually.
No, before I would like to say something before we run out of the time. I mean, I would like to truly, from bottom of my heart, thank you so much to each one of you To all my team, Toastmaster Anita, Toastmaster Jisha, Toastmaster Shweta, you did 2 roles. Toastmaster Tina, Toastmaster Nida, all of you, you dressed up so beautifully. And other than my speech, you really live up. I think you all were much more better than me. And Toastmaster Anita, thank you so much and bear me with the glitches. You tried to cover it all up. Maybe I was too nervous doing so many things. And all the speakers as well, they are also dressed up. Raka, Shweta, Toastmasters Zamina, thank you so much. We all together made this all a fun night today.
Yep, something we will never forget, I think. So with that, with the power vested in me, I didn't begin with a gavel, but I'm going to close this meeting, number 12, with a bang. And our next meeting is going to be 2 weeks down the line. But before that, ladies, both showstoppers, whoever is present, and rendezvous ladies.
क्या हो गया?
कुछ नहीं हुआ अभी होने वाला है.
Sorry.
Okay. So we need to make it big even in the contests. We need to leave a mark. We need to leave a footprint there, a very giant footprint. So do your level best. All these things in all these themes is enacting should be used there. Okay. That is the stage where you need to use. I understand from Tina that it is in the month of January, the area contest.
February 19th.
Okay, so we have time until
by January 2021, we should complete our club contests.
Yeah. So I think a lot of practice, lot of mocks. Let's have each of you. Let's just go into it and mentor until you all are ready. Please take your stance. I would suggest if you have the time, delve into more than one category. If you don't have the time, just stay strong with one category, right? This is for the newcomers, especially rendezvous. If you think that you're good in one particular category, just start investing time only in that. Otherwise, it all gets dissipated. So, showstoppers, you've been there for quite some time now.
And there's a lot of prospects in rendezvous also. We can already see it. So go for it, ladies. Don't stand back. Just go ahead. Just dwell with.
Absolutely. And showstoppers, you've seen the contest last season contest. So this season, I think you should know how to take it further from there. And there's a lot of change. It's a metamorphosis I've seen in showstoppers from last year to this year. Rendezvous is a baby now, but in 12 meetings, I think Rendezvous has come a long way. A lot of experience they have earned. Lot of experience. So just use all that experience. I don't think we all got this kind of chances, initially. Maybe some chances, some opportunities did come our way, but not everything. So and don't take it light. Don't take it light. Everything is very important. You need to be natural. A natural speaker goes a long way. Not one who uses something, tries to imitate someone. Okay, so I would suggest build your speeches, table topics, evaluation, each and everything is very important, not just being a speaker. And humor speeches also, please. I mean, there are not many good humor speakers out there. So last time we had totally a newbie, Vinita, taking over from Showstopper. She was the first runners up.
I'm sorry, Lord Hades. It's a little difficult taking you serious with that beard.
I mean, I'm feeling glad because I can be a man for once. So
amazing, yeah.
Okay, I'm just talking, forgetting
that Smita said, until you started speaking, you were actually not recognizable. I couldn't recognize you.
My daughter said, have that, a kind of a cynical smile all the time on your face. I said, forget it now. I have to take so many things there. So yeah. So I mean, it's fun, man. We don't get to do this otherwise. So let's do it as much as we can, back to back. We should do a Harry Potter also. I'm so totally into it. So let's do that after maybe one of the meetings together. So nail it, go for it. Whoever is ready, please get in touch. I'm not the only one. Please do a lot of research. I can send you, probably we can recommend some mentors for you all, but you need to go after them. Okay, if I tell them, I don't think it works. You have to Toastmaster, DTM Balaji is very good mentor. There are a couple of other people who are very good mentors. So all of you, I mean, you can just use your influence, and so that's about it. So shall we call it a day, girls? It's 8 p.m. on dot. Chetna, relieved?
Great.
Happy?
Yes, relieved. Now get back to Diwali.
Now you're back to Diwali.
Happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali, yes, in advance to everybody.
Right.
Yes, it was an ominously spectacular session, I should say. I mean, something
Yes.
really gone beyond a certain limit. Yeah, we can do a lot more, but we've been given only 2 hours, and so we'll take this further. So Joker, see you. I mean, the way Joker twists her head here and there, you know, she's got this habit, and it suits her also as the Joker. So good. Everything is going on well.